After almost 2 months exploring the West Coast in our self-converted camper van that we call home, we have made our way to California. As we drove down the Oregon coast, we were totally blown away by the stunning and unique beauty of it all. Now we wonder, what will it be like here? Will it be as beautiful? Will it be as easy to find overnight spots? So far, we are off to a good start at this beautiful place where we spent the night. What a gift to be able to wake up to such scenery.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're Steve and Audra.
We travel full-time in our self-converted Ford Transit camper van with our kitty cat, and we have been spending a lot of time on the West Coast. Most recently, we wrapped up our time in Oregon after a whole month, and we absolutely loved it.
Yep.
Now we are in California for the very first time in our camper van. Steve, tell them where we are.
Oh, I believe it's pronounced Crescent City.
Or to the rest of the world, Crescent City. Our overnight spot last night that we found through iOverlander is absolutely beautiful, but
there was a foghorn going all night last night. I think it was going off every 10 seconds, so it made for a rough night's sleep.
So now it's time to get our day started with some breakfast.
How does French toast sound, Audra?
That sounds pretty good.
Coming up.
Awesome.
So wild being on the West Coast and being able to watch games 3 hours earlier. So it's kind of like watching Saturday morning cartoons, except for football.
That was a forward pass, so it's incomplete. And Arkansas will have to punt it back to Notre Dame.
A lot of green grass out in front there from Braylon Russell. Pass on his hands, just unable to bring it in.
We've enjoyed the morning here at this spot. Had some great breakfast, got some work done. Now it's time to get some more work done at the library, and hopefully we'll have some time to see what Crescent City has to offer.
Where's the library?
At the stop sign, turn left onto 3rd Street, then turn left.
I think it's back where we were. Well, it's time to head in the library and get some work done. Steve's already headed in to find a table, and I have put the window cover down in the back window so our kitty girl can enjoy the sunlight coming in. She is absolutely loving it. Look at that cute kitty.
And that's an out and back 1.7 miles. Point on the map right there is the beginning of this scenic drive, the Newton B. Drury Parkway. If you want, you can take this road that goes right down through the middle of Prairie Creek.
Well, we've wrapped up our time at the library for the day, and it wasn't as long as our typical session. It was about 3 hours. And now we are going to see some redwood trees. How exciting is that? Right now, we are driving on the Howland Hill Road in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park. It's a very windy road and narrow, and I believe any moment here it's going to turn to a dirt road. And that is because it used to be part of a wagon train trail. Is that what you would say? Wagon train?
Sure.
Wagon trail? And they wanted to maintain it, keep it how it had been back in the day. So that part is not paved. So maybe we'll see that soon. A very narrow road. And look at these trees.
That's impressive.
Coast redwoods are the tallest known tree species in the world. Mature trees average 150 to 250 feet tall, and some of the tallest trees exceed 300 feet, with a diameter that can surpass 20 feet. How incredible to drive through these groves with the stately trees towering above. Wow, look at that.
This is crazy impressive. This is a really tight road too, and it's a busy day today. It's Saturday, so there's a lot of traffic. So there's a lot of pulling over and coordinating efforts to get people past at certain spots. Pretty wild. These trees are so big. Right. We have made it to the Stout Grove Trail. It's a 0.5 mile loop. Sounds like my kind of trail.
With some really big trees.
All right, let's go see some big trees.
The Stout Grove Trail in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park offers an easy and immersive walk through one of the most iconic old-growth redwood groves in California. This short loop winds among towering coast redwoods, some of the tallest trees on Earth, with sunlight filtering softly through the dense canopy and ferns lining the forest floor. What a magnificent place to experience the scale, age, and serenity of a forest with so much history that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. There, to give you perspective on the width of these things, how many Steves would fit across that tree? Look how tall this tree is.
Well, as most of you probably know from elementary school, you can tell the age of a tree by counting the rings. So, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 1003, 1004, 1006. No. I gotta start over. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is absolutely incredible. Nature just amazes me.
Well, that was super cool. It's one of those things where I kind of wonder if our photography will do it justice or not, but these trees are massive. If you've never been here, I highly recommend it. Now it's time for a pop quiz. It's a multiple choice. These trees, the root system, does it go A, 3 to 6 feet deep, B, 10 to 12 feet deep, what am I at, D,
C.
oh yeah, C, 20 to 30 feet, or F, 40 to 60 feet?
So there's no D.
No.
A, B, C, or F.
Right. Leave your answer in the comments section, and don't cheat. We'll be able to tell if you cheat.
So we wrapped up our time in that part of the Redwoods and headed to Walmart to restock on groceries. And now we are heading back to where we parked last night, but we are taking a scenic drive. It's Pebble Beach Drive.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Wow, is this pretty. We've been just driving along the water here, and I've been recording and just jumping out to get footage at different stops. It's just about less than 10 minutes to make the little drive. Well worth it. And beautiful, and the sun is all like hazy, so it's really cool right now. Great view right here. You can see the lighthouse and the sun. Well, it was a beautiful sunset tonight. We're just chilling out here. Steve is watching some college football. He was also cooking up some dinner. It's looking pretty good. We've got some beef, peas, and mac and cheese. Yum. Look at this. You don't think it's any better?
Not really. I don't think we have improved our situation that much as it relates to the noise from the foghorn.
So we parked back by the pier to make dinner, and then we thought we would drive a little bit further away from it where we know people have been parking to see if maybe it'd be a little quieter. But as Steve just said, we're straight over and back a ways, but you can still hear it. So I think the solution is maybe just to put on a white noise app on my phone tonight in addition to our fans and see if we can drown out the sound. All right, well, good morning, you guys. We are parked right next to the lighthouse, and you can only get to the lighthouse at low tide. Guess what? Right now, it's low tide, so we're going to go check it out. Battery Point Lighthouse stands on a rocky outcrop just offshore, connected to the mainland by a sandy isthmus visible only at low tide. Built in 1856, it's one of the oldest lighthouses on the west coast and has guided ships through the often foggy and turbulent waters near the Oregon-California border for generations. Today, the lighthouse serves as a museum offering insight into maritime history, lighthouse keeping, and the powerful coastal forces that have shaped this stretch of shoreline, including tsunamis that have impacted Crescent City over the years. So there are two low tides in a day. For us, in the morning, it's not the low tide. So crossing over to the lighthouse and back is a little tricky because that water is just about where you need to cross over. So there are some rocks you can cross over, or there's kind of a little path. I don't know what it's made of, but coming across, I would have made it if I hadn't stopped to take some pictures and video. We're gonna have to watch the waves and time it just right. Steve's wearing sneakers. Gotta make sure he doesn't get his shoes wet. So the waves are coming through now. You gotta wait and time it just right. We're having a quiet morning in the van, and Steve is loving it because his eagles are on. 10 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty wild being on the West Coast and things being a little different in that regard. All right, well, Steve's game finished up. And how'd that go?
Another nice win for the Eagles.
Go Eagles. And we have driven south a little over 40 minutes. We are doing the Newton Drury Scenic Parkway, I think is how you say it. And our first stop is the Corkscrew Tree. We gotta see if we can find it. So we were here in 2018 and we couldn't find this tree. It was back before we had GPS on our phones. We just had maps written out on paper or notes. So we missed this. So here's the sign. Here's some trees. They don't really look like anything out of the ordinary, so I don't know if the corkscrew tree is right here or not. There's a little trail over here, but it's not marked, so I guess we'll walk down a little bit and see if we can find a tree that looks like it'd be a corkscrew tree. Who knows?
Whoa. For the first time in my life, it pays to go on a hike. A shiny quarter.
Oh, well, it's your lucky day. And do you think this is the corkscrew tree?
I'm gonna say, yep. There's no label, but it's kind of corky.
Corkscrewy? You looking for more money?
I was hoping to find another shiny quarter, but
Whoa. Check out that big tree. So this is a pretty nice spot, and guess what? Lots of moss. I love moss. There's a big tree up here on the left. The Big Tree, also known as Elk Tree, is one of the largest coast redwoods in the world, and striking example of the forest's immense scale. Towering high above the surrounding grove at approximately 280 feet, is estimated to be well over 1,000 years old and features a massive trunk over 20 feet wide that dwarfs visitors standing at its base. An easy short trail leads to the Big Tree, making it easily accessible. Nearby, there are other trails to wander that offer a powerful reminder of the longevity, resilience, and quiet majesty of old-growth redwood forests. It is so wild in here. The trees are so massive that we just feel totally dwarfed. It's so wild. So the next adventure I have planned is going to Fern Canyon, which is near Gold Bluff Beach. The road is pretty rough though, so we're deciding if we want to do it or not. It's 25 minutes until we get there. It's actually a pretty neat spot. It's actually a film location for one of the Jurassic Park movies. I don't know, what are you thinking?
I say we test it out for a little bit.
Okay.
See what we see and make a decision as we go.
We did just see an RV go past us, so
Yeah.
he's flying, my goodness. It's already been pretty bumpy, and we've only been in, what, like a minute or so, and we were bumping all over, but we'll see. When we first started out on this road, right away there were huge potholes, and we were bouncing all over the place. Since we started driving again, it actually seems a lot better. So maybe we'll be able to do this hike. I wanted to do this hike back in 2018, but it was just too far out of the way. And during the summer, you have to get a permit, but at this time of the year, you don't. So, looking like we might be able to do it. So we've come over halfway. We went by the little ranger shack and we had to wait there quite a bit because the people in front of us were checking in for camping. So that was kind of a bummer that we had to wait so long. And now that we're past that, the road's a lot worse. We have about 11 minutes yet to get to the Fern Canyon trailhead, I think. So hopefully we won't regret this. It's actually seeming a little bit better now. Officially our first ever stream crossing. Well done, Steve.
Well, the last time we did something this rough, the payoff was worth it. I guess it is yet to be seen if the payoff will be worth this. I mean, this was a solid half hour of pretty rough roads at points, so hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, so that one, our time in Michigan going to the Two-Hearted Campground was kind of brutal. And here's an elk. Hey, buddy.
Her friends call her 76.
Fern Canyon.
Well, I'm glad I brought my sweatshirt. It is a little chilly here in the canyon, and it's also kind of wet. Wondering how far we're going to make it while it's still being dry.
So this is pretty cool, but we're basically in a creek bed, so it might be a little challenging. We'll see how this goes. Oh gosh. All right, well, Steve already bit it and he got both feet wet. I debated whether I should wear my hiking shoes, which are supposed to be waterproof, or my Croc sandals. I opted for the Croc sandals because then it wouldn't matter if I got my feet wet, but it'll probably be cold. I'm not sure if he's gonna want to keep hiking with his feet wet now. It's kind of chilly. We'll see if I can make it over this log. I was gonna wear my hiking shoes, but I wasn't sure how they'd hold up. So here, I'll just get my feet wet. I wasn't sure what to wear, so I guess for him, I don't know what you want to do, Steve. So we just passed some people that said it's basically impossible to keep your feet dry. So I just decided I'm gonna walk through the creek instead of trying to stay on a log.
Yeah, I suppose we're at a point in time where we have to decide, do we just keep powering on and really get our feet wet, which really, in my case, it's the problem because I'm the one wearing sneakers. Right now, they're only mildly wet, but I think if we keep going, it's just, they're going to get drenched, which is fine, but...
Is it? Won't you be really uncomfortable?
I don't know. I mean, they're pretty dirty old shoes anyway. So we just got to make a decision whether we're going to keep powering through or turn around.
So my opinion is we're already in an area, I don't know it's going to get any better than this. We're seeing the canyon walls with all the ferns, so I don't mind just seeing a little bit and then turning around. I don't want you to be uncomfortable with your feet, and then my feet will get cold too in the water. It's not super warm right now. Fern Canyon is a lush, narrow gorge formed by thousands of years of erosion. The steep canyon walls are draped in layers of vibrant ferns and greenery, fed by constant moisture and trickling streams. This place feels both peaceful and otherworldly, offering a rare glimpse into the thriving temperate rainforest environment. Its unique prehistoric look has been the set for a few different films and productions, such as Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park blockbuster The Lost World, BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs, and the IMAX film Dinosaurs Alive.
Well, I think after a little bit of the meeting of the minds, we're just kind of at the crossroads where we either need to decide if we are all in or if we're going to consider this good enough. Our backs are against the wall as far as time is concerned. Everything considered, the drive in and how long it would take to do this trail would probably take a good 30 minutes to do this trail, and then a solid 30 minutes drive back out of this park. So we'll run out of daylight.
So since I'm wearing my Crocs, I'm just going to go up around a little bit and check it out, because I think this is probably the best part of the whole hike, and that'll be great just to see that. All right, that was pretty awesome. And my toes are officially really cold. This is how Steve goes across the log with assistance. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Probably pointless.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna head out on the beach, but we realized the water is pretty far out. If I don't see any elk, I don't think I'm gonna go any further. Well, we aborted the beach mission for several reasons. I think the first thing is we're starting to have shorter days, less daylight, and that can be challenging. It's 6:30 now. Sunset's around 7, a little after 7, and we don't want to be driving on this rough road at dark. The other thing is, as we were heading out to the beach, we got to another spot that was really wet, and it had driftwood that you had to walk on to get over the water. And people were coming towards us, and the one lady slipped a couple times, but then she completely fell, and we just decided to abort. So it looked pretty with the sunset. I'm totally content with what we got to see in the canyon. That was really cool, and I think, like I said before, I think we saw what was probably the best part, or wouldn't have gotten any better. So I'm glad we did this. It was a little bit of a hassle, maybe not the best timing and best weather to do it, but I'm glad we did it. So now we are heading out. Steve's got his shoes hanging out the window, trying to air dry them a little bit, and we have quite a bit of a drive. That was the reason for not hanging around much longer. We have almost 50 minutes, 50, to get to our overnight spot for the night. Alright, well, we are officially back on pavement, and a little over 20 minutes to our overnight spot. It's kind of a nice little treat on the way out. We got to see some elk, so that's fun. And I think we're both glad that we're through the long, bumpy road out. So I think it's worth mentioning that on that kind of road, it'd probably be a lot easier if you're in a truck or even some kind of cars. But when you're driving your house around and it's shaking and bumping all over the place, there's always some risk involved. So that's why we always kind of question those kinds of roads. We made it to our overnight spot tonight at a rest area just off Route 101. I think we got a bit spoiled in Oregon because it was so easy to find spots, and not only that, they are also so pretty so often. I think now that we're here in California, it's going to be more challenging to find spots, and then I'm guessing they're not going to be as pretty as a lot of them were in Oregon. But we are glad to have found this spot tonight, to have gotten here. It's been a long day. We're pretty tired. We had some leftovers for dinner, and now we're settled in. Steve's watching a movie that he downloaded on his phone. I think I'm just going to go to bed pretty soon here. I think we're pretty tired, especially because the night before, when there was the foghorn that kept us up a lot of the night. Last night, thankfully, we did get some good sleep, but the night before wasn't so great. So it's very nice to be in this spot, despite it not being very scenic. And we have no cell service, but at least we have a place to park that hopefully is safe and that we won't get a knock. And we're looking forward to continuing our adventures tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be a rainy day, unfortunately, so that's why we tried to pack in a lot today. We're hoping to find a library tomorrow, get some work done, and also probably hit a Planet Fitness finally. So we'll see you guys in the morning. This is where we're going to leave you for this episode. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with information about today's adventure and our channel. A special thank you to all our patrons. We appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks for coming along with us on this van life adventure. Please take a second to hit the like button below, leave a comment to let us know you're watching, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, you can also connect with us and see my photos of the places we visit on our Facebook and Instagram.